Hello, boys and girls. Today I'm going to talk to you about problem-solving strategies. The strategy we're going to be using today is called use logical reasoning. When solving all word problems, follow these steps. First, you want to read and understand the problem. Think to yourself, what do I know and what am I trying to find out? Next, you want to plan and solve. What strategy should I use to solve this problem? And lastly, you want to look back and check your work. Think to yourself, does my answer make sense? Let's think a little bit about the logical reasoning strategy. Logical reasoning problems are different from those you've seen before. They don't contain math, as you know math. Logical reasoning problems ask you to think about what you're trying to find out and then solve the problem. Many times, you can get the answer by using something that's called process of elimination. This means you narrow down your options until you find the right one. Kind of like the man in this picture here. He's deciding which direction to go. Okay. Here are some helpful strategies you can use to solve logical reasoning problems. It could be helpful when you're solving a problem to label picture parts, kind of like I did here. Another helpful strategy is creating a table. And the last helpful strategy you can use is a Venn diagram. Okay. Let's try one of these strategies. In this strategy, you're going to label the pictures to figure out the answers to the clues. Okay? You're going to label each picture with the fish's name. Okay. Here's the first clue. Farnsworth thinks his stripes are the most handsome. So I look at the fish that are here, and I see 3 with stripes. I'm not sure which is Farnsworth, so I'm going to label all 3 fish Farnsworth. Okay? Let's look at the next clue. Frida always swims between her 2 spotted friends, Fred and Philip. So I see 2 fish with spots, and I'm not sure which is Fred or which is Philip yet, so I'm going to label this fish, he could be Fred or Philip, and this fish could be Fred or Philip, okay? And then I have to think about this other part of the clue about Frida always swims between her 2 spotted friends, Fred and Philip. That means that this fish is not Farnsworth, this fish is Frida, okay? Let's look at the third clue. Fisty is helping Philip remember the routine and swims in front of him. So, well, I know that this is Fred or Philip here, and I know that this is Frida, so it can't be Fisty. So I'm thinking that this fish is Fisty, which means it's not Farnsworth, okay? And that means that this is Philip, because he's swimming behind Fisty, and that means that this would be Fred, okay? And this guy is Fisty, not Farnsworth. Frank is upset because he doesn't have any stripes or dots. Well, the only fish left without real dark stripes like these other fish is right here, Frank. So I label him Frank. Okay. We said that this fish was Fisty, and this is Frida. Okay, not Farnsworth. So now I've got all my fish labeled. Okay, I can read over these clues to make sure that they make sense. Farnsworth thinks his stripes are the most handsome. That makes sense because this fish is Farnsworth and he has stripes. Frida always swims between her 2 spotted friends. Okay, that makes sense because Frida is between 2 spotted fish. Fisty is helping Philip remember the routine and swims in front of him. Okay, that's right, because Philip is here and Fisty's in front. And Frank is upset because he doesn't have any stripes. And that makes sense because there's Frank without stripes. Okay, let's look at another problem that we can use logical reasoning to solve. This time, instead of putting labels on the picture, we're going to create a table. Let's look at the problem. MC, Thomas, and Andrew decided to go to Frieza's Pizza, where each one chose one kind of 3 pizzas, sausage, cheese, and pepperoni. Use the following clues. Who ordered which kind of pizza? Okay, so like I said, in this one we're going to make a table. We're going to label the table, okay, with the different types of pizza on top and the 3 children on the bottom, MC, Thomas, and Andrew. Let's look at the first clue. Thomas eats anything that is spelled with a double consonant. So I look at my 3 options here. The only one spelled with a double consonant is pepperoni. So I put an X for Thomas eating pepperoni. Let's look at the next clue. MC loves pizza, but she can't eat anything with too much dairy in it. Well, I know what a dairy product is, and I know cheese is a dairy product, and pepperoni and sausage are not. So that means that MC can eat either pepperoni or sausage. But since Thomas is eating pepperoni, that's not what MC is going to eat. So I know that she's eating sausage, so I remove that X. The third clue, it says Andrew said he would settle for whatever kind of pizza was left. Well, the only one left is cheese. Okay, so there's the answer to my problem. Do you see how the table helped me solve it? Let me read over my clues to make sure they make sense. Thomas eats anything that is spelled with a double consonant. Yes, that's correct. MC loves pizza, but she can't eat anything with too much dairy. MC is eating sausage, and that doesn't have dairy. A little too much dairy. Andrew said that he would settle for whatever kind was left, and the only one left was cheese. Okay, my problem makes sense. All right, let's review what we learned today. Logical reasoning problems ask you to think critically about different mathematical situations. Logical reasoning problems do not contain math situations with numbers like you're used to. Labeling picture parts and creating a table are two different ways to solve these problems. Okay, boys and girls, thanks for watching. Remember, you can rewind as much as you need to help you solve. Don't forget to complete the Google Doc and press submit.